not everybody wants to get a needle in their face, and they don't necessarily all want to have Botox. But before we jump into the alternatives, it's important to note that there's no real replacement for actual Botox. But we do have a lot of tricks up our sleeves in terms of alternative treatments. And one of the first treatments that I love to offer my patients is ultherapy. Ultherapy is an ultrasound energy-based heat device that goes below the surface of the skin to create these tiny little zones of injury in the muscular layer and underneath the surface of the skin, allowing your skin and your muscles to contract and for collagen and elastin to get regenerated. And it's the first FDA-approved, quote unquote, non-surgical facelift. But it's important to note that it takes up to 6 months for full results. And so that's very, very important to note. And you're probably going to feel sore and tender along your jawline, your face, because that's usually what it's indicated for: the forehead, the eye area, the jawline, the neck, the chest. The reason I love Ulthera personally is because it's a one-time treatment that you need to do probably every 1.5 to 2 years. Now, if you're somebody who has more laxity and does not want to go under the knife, then I would say try to get 2 treatments in 1 year, so like 6 months apart, to see what the full effect of this treatment could be for you. Now, in the long run, I don't recommend doing it twice a year, every year, but if you've never had it done and you really do not want to have anything more invasive, it's worth a shot if you are okay with spending the money and potentially not getting the full result that you would have wished for from a facelift or something. But that's the first question. The second question is, how much does it cost? Really depends on where you live. On average, though, a treatment starts around $1,500 to $2,000, I would say. But it also depends how extensive of an area you're actually treating. Are you treating your full face, your neck, your chest, the whole thing, or just the eyes? So it really does depend on the treatment area. The results last forever, but you're going to age. So it really depends how fast you're aging and how fast, that happens.
Okay, so up next is microneedling. I have a question about this. I am spa phobic. The one thing I love is a facial, and she does this thing that she calls microneedling, and it's just liquid that's nutrients, and it zip zaps a bit. It doesn't really hurt at all, and it's not Botox or chemicals or fillers. It's just nutrients. Are we talking about the same thing?
We are somewhat talking about the same thing, but you're describing classical microneedling, where you're creating trauma to the surface of the skin through several needles all at once. And the reason you're feeling that, those nutrients come through is because she's probably applying some sort of serum afterwards to increase the absorption and the penetration of those actives. So to take that a step further, there is a non-surgical advanced needling treatment which delivers microneedling, sort of what you got, with radio frequency heat. So it's a 2-in-1 where you have the benefits of the microneedling creating the trauma on the surface of the skin, allowing for the surface of the skin to heal better, and if you do apply a serum afterwards, to get better absorption, plus the radio frequency heat underneath the skin that is getting your collagen to get stimulated, your elastin to get stimulated, and to create a firmer foundation to your skin. So when you combine the two in a treatment, and there are several different devices now on the market that do this, you do get firmer skin in the long run. And I love this treatment, especially for the thin-skinned areas around the eyes, on the front of the neck, where it can get really crepey. Even, for example, on your abdomen, if you have stretch marks, on top of your knees, if your skin has gotten a bit lax, like, it's not just limited to your face and neck. You can go beyond and below the belt. So some of the side effects that you can get while microneedling include redness, inflammation, irritation. There's always the potential risk of burning, especially with radio frequency heat. So you need to make sure that you're seeing somebody who is like a board certified dermatologist and somebody who is qualified for this treatment. And it usually takes on average anywhere from like 2 to 7 days to fully heal from the actual procedure itself.
How much? How frequent? How long does it last?
All of these start around $1,000, $1,500 per treatment. And with microneedling with radiofrequency heat, most companies will say to do 3 treatments spaced 1 month apart. After the 3rd treatment, stop and see how much benefit you actually see from the treatment itself. And how long it lasts, again, it just depends on how fast you're aging, your lifestyle, your genetics. And so ideally, this becomes a sort of treatment you do as part of your overall routine on a yearly or every 2-year basis.